Welcome back to Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. Last time we defeated the Kind Doctor at the end of the Evil Spirit Club. This time, before we go back in there to hunt the FOEs, which I'm kind of dreading, we're gonna accept a couple of requests from the nurse's office. One of which will require us to go back into the Evil Spirit Club anyway. So we do have a new request available. Thankfully, convey a secret message is not timed. This is because you can't 100% floor 4 of the Evil Spirit Club without this one, so that'd lock you out of that chest permanently if this was timed. But let's go ahead and accept this. I'm sure you've noticed something in the request list, but we'll get to that later. Elizabeth, stop saying things that could give people the wrong well, I mean, you've already got a Destined Partner event with him in this playthrough, so I guess everyone's already got that idea.
Please, take this.
So, unfortunately, we're not done with puzzles. 33242X. So, this seems to be kind of one of those patterns. Let me go ahead and write this down. And, yeah, that's the entire code. So that's all we've got to go on for that one. But this one is a little bit more significant.
Are you sure you would like to accept this quest?
Think of this as the sequel to that Theodore request we got at the end of the second dungeon, I Want to Play Too. This one is for Margaret and Elizabeth.
Ever since coming to this world, I've worked non-stop on healing, research, requests, and going to stalls.
And it's also fully voiced. Before we begin this one, I want to mention that this request also is one where you get an additional reward if you do it perfectly, but in this case, there's actually 2 rewards. You have to satisfy both Elizabeth and Margaret here, because they each have their own additional reward they'll give you.
My sister has been stuck in the Velvet Room as well.
Also, what you have to say in dialogue in order to satisfy them both is different depending on which route you're on. So, take note of that. This video will not guide you through this quest if you're playing the P4 route.
Oh, what pitiful lives we sisters lead. Wink. What pitiful lives we sisters lead.
Did she just literally say wink out loud?
Wink.
Yep, she did. Elizabeth is amazing.
That is why I have decided to take some time off to fully appreciate this culture festival. I wish to have you as our guide. Still, such a desire cannot be held back for long. If you leave this request be for too long, then my sister and I will sadly go about our wild merrymaking.
In other words, it's a time request.
That is why, if you are curious what the reward will be, I suggest that you complete it sooner rather than later.
And I want to do it sooner because one of the bonus rewards from this is amazing. While we're here, we might as well accept this one. Yes, they went there. The one FOE you need to defeat for a request is the old doll.
Thank you for accepting. This quest is...
Well, that sounds disturbing. Yeah, they'll only ever fight you on the 4th story. So this confirms that thing that was holding doors all the way back on the 1st floor, that was the old doll. It was following us the whole time.
May luck be with you.
I like how she pauses there, because the chances of us dying here are pretty high. You might notice that I've changed my party. That is the party that I'll be using for hunting the FOEs, and I'll explain that when I actually get to that. I wanted to set up my party in advance to save time. So, let's go ahead and do Elevator Escort, although Margaret's Velvet Room is not an elevator.
Pardon the wait. I went to fetch my sister.
I do apologize for the odd request.
It does feel a bit weird that Margaret doesn't get her own special outfit in this place.
We wish to explore a little as a breather, but we're unfamiliar with such places in the real world.
Well, you've been to Use Culture Festival, you should be kind of familiar.
Dear sister, there is no need to worry. This man is an extraordinarily skilled guide.
Well, I mean, I guess we've been navigating these labyrinths. I was about to say that we don't really count as a good guide because the places that we tend to explore are randomized. and you can't really be a guide for that.
I'm certain he will understand the implication of our words and arrange things to take our minds off our work.
Is that so? Then I shall leave things to you. There may be additional rewards in accordance with how well you meet our expectations.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned before.
Well then, let the tour begin.
It's just kind of interesting seeing these two interacting because Elizabeth is incredibly emotional and Margaret's very stoic, so it's a bit of a contrast.
Hold on. Is there takoyaki here?
Okay, good thing Ray is not within earshot or she'd be freaked out by you saying that.
Yes, there is. I've conquered every single flavor of it after all. You probably couldn't guess to look at me.
I most certainly could. I'm interested in the that, which is inside the takoyaki you and Theo keep telling me about. If I recall, this ingredient was in the takoyaki served in Iwatorai.
So, this is a reference to Persona 3.
Unfortunately, that was not used in this world's takoyaki.
Oh, is that so? Well, that does make logical sense.
But to make up for it, even though that isn't in this world's takoyaki, they used you-know-what in it instead.
What? They substituted you-know-what for that?
Now, the Velvet Room siblings seem to have their own language.
Then, what of that's qualities? What happens to it?
That is most likely already...
Good heavens. Such mercilessness.
I know too well what you mean.
Oh, don't worry, this is not meant to make sense. So for this one, the correct response is, what is that already?
You have heard the phrase, ignorance is amiss. All I can say is that.
And you get the Social Link music note jingle there. So, it's kind of a running gag in Persona 3 that Iwatodai has a secret ingredient for its takoyaki, and nobody knows what it is. Only Elizabeth managed to figure it out by tasting it, and given her reaction, we don't want to know.
What is that over there? I'm going out to scout around for a bit.
Always the uninhibited child. I suppose that you've grown used to accommodating her whims.
Well, you could say that.
What do you think of her?
In this case, the correct response is I can't bring myself to hate her.
I can understand. People always get swept up in her antics without them noticing it.
Pretty true.
Still, I wonder why she's so uninhibited. I'm her sister, yet I'm quite gentle. Too well behaved at times, if you ask me.
I'm sure Theodore and Marie beg to differ there. And you get the option to be snarky about that, but I agree is the right response here.
There may be times that indulging her whims can grow exhausting. But please don't let that curdle your opinion of her.
And ... is the right response here.
You're very kind. I was baiting you shamelessly, yet you refrained from asking about the meaningful silence.
Yeah, they're both trolls.
Well, it's about time we should go check up on her.
We probably shouldn't ask about that, though, because it could cause time paradoxes.
Oh, hello. Is something the matter?
We came to check on you. So, what have you found?
It's a truly wonderful hell.
Okay, then.
Nutella cakes. The more you eat them, the more your skin crawls from the utter sweetness of it all. Chocolate wayfarers. The ease with which these break apart and melt reminds one of a fleeting human life. Lastly, ghostess Twinkies. Those enraptured by it enter an eternal hell. Exorcism is their only salvation.
Well, this is certainly weird. And hilariously, the correct response is those sound delicious.
Actually, the taste was subpar.
I'm glad to see you enjoying yourself. Well then, shall we move on to the next area?
That won't do, sister. Whatever else we might be, we are still girls. At least say something like, "Aw, these sweets are so cute."
I love it when Elizabeth just pretends to be something she's obviously not like that.
Aww, these sweets are so cute.
I forgot Margaret did that. At least it's nowhere near as jarring as picturing Beauregard saying that.
Pitiful. There was not an ounce of true respect for these sweets.
Respect. Oh, but never mind that. Why must this expression of cuteness be used regarding sweets?
That is how girls are. I learned this from a book called Sweet Special. I have even acquired the spell known as Dessert Stomach. I expect that Marie has acquired it as well.
Marie? True, that girl is different from us.
Though from what we've seen of her in Inaba, she probably has more of an F-steak stomach than a dessert stomach.
Especially those internal screams etched into her stationery. So many words we couldn't have imagined. They're extremely deep, yet they have a mysterious power which makes my heart itch, so that I want to rip it out.
This line is kind of interesting to me. This is just a bit of a really weird personal anecdote, but for my translation class, one of our first projects was actually translating something from an ad for a Japanese dating sim, and this term was used here, makes my heart itch. And it was weird, I kept trying to explain to my native Japanese speaker classmates that I wanted to change this to something different, like to not translate it literally, because the expression makes my heart itch does not sound romantic in English at all. It actually sounds kind of disturbing to me. So I was trying to explain like makes my heart ache might sound more natural in English, but it was interesting, because it seems to be a common expression over there.
I must agree. I've never seen anyone use the word lies so many times in succession.
I love this line so much because it's really true.
Indeed, sprinkling powdered sugar on the moon and mixing it together creates stardust after all.
Ignorant masses, call out her name. Solitude at your back, simple honesty in your legs, but your gaze will challenge new heights.
I really hope Marie's not listening to this.
Challenge them!
Are you ready? The day for the world to change has come. Those who aren't prepared are left behind. I am a lady, but I'm chic. There's nothing I can't do. Yes, from the depths of my heart. Thank you.
Whew, that should do. So, what's your verdict?
Uh-oh.
Between my sister and I, which of us expressed more pathos? We'd like to hear your opinion.
Oh no. That is... This, sounds like a bad idea. However, if you say I think it's a draw...
Impressive, sister. Your pathos just now truly pierced my brain.
It was a pale shadow of Marie's. Though I must say, you were quite impressive as well.
I actually think that they both did a pretty good Marie impression there.
But we cannot be satisfied by what we just produced. A girl is nourished by elation, the thumping of one's heart. I believe that we are somewhat, no, severely lacking in this. It's possible that our femininity has been so depleted that our pathos can't easily rise from within.
Whoever wrote Elizabeth's lines must have had a lot of fun.
That is a possibility. I don't sense any of this elation when I'm with Theo, our master, or Marie.
You do seem pretty elated during your social link in Persona 4, though.
But what is there to do about it?
Oh, I think I might incite some elation in you with this. Here comes the ultimate choice.
Okay then.
Ultimate choice?
Person A is asked the question, who would you rather spend an entire day with? Person B or person C? It's set up so that both the one being chosen and the one making the choice experience the heart thumping.
Heart thumping.
Oh, this is even worse.
Well then, Person A, I ask you this. From your point of view, Who would be more desirable to spend a day with? Myself or Elizabeth?
So, the strange thing is that according to the correct responses for this, the best response here is to choose Elizabeth.
Oh, I graciously accept your answer.
On the P4 route, apparently, there is actually a way to satisfy Elizabeth even if you choose Margaret here, but in this case, we need to choose Elizabeth.
Well then, I believe it's about time to take a break on the rooftop.
I think this is because Margaret already had a few responses that satisfy her while Elizabeth wasn't present, so we need to choose this to balance out Elizabeth a little bit. You know, when they mentioned the food court being on the roof, I think when I was playing this for the first time, this was the first time I realized the food court was supposed to be on the roof. I always assumed this was inside the school.
That concludes our request for now. Thank you for your efforts. It's now time to announce the results. We will end by delivering a verdict on how much your escorting skills left our hearts thumping. I will go first. You were impressive indeed. My time spent with you was more enjoyable by a large degree than touring alone. You were a truly wondrous man, brimming with wonders. I give you an A+.
So his new title is Wondrous Man Brimming with Wonders.
Well then, I'm next. Whether it was because I was in need of a break, or because of your skill at escorting us, either way, I enjoyed my time here more than I would have thought. I give you 100%. Thank you.
So we satisfy both of them.
Well, I believe we should return to our posts and...
Elizabeth,
Yes, sister?
Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure a major heartwarming moment is coming up right now.
I don't know what kind of fate brought us to this world, but it brought me joy.
Joy, you say?
Yes, I was able to see you. It's been a while.
A while?
You're a straightforward, reckless, stubborn girl who always bends others to your whims. You haven't changed since back then.
Sister?
Even if we are to be separated someday, no matter what fates we strive for, we'll always be sisters.
I don't truly comprehend what you're saying, but my heart feels overwhelmed with emotion. Why don't we sing that song, like we used to?
Ah, yes, that song.
To grant your passionate request, here is the long-nosed song.
I know this is referenced, I think, at some point in P3, but is this ever voice acted there, or is this the first time we're hearing this?
Velvet, velvet, oh velvet, my master has a large
nose.
By the way, they sing that in one of the dancing games as well, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think they try and teach one of your party members that song. I think Igus.
Thank you for listening.
Well then, let us return.
Yes, indeed.
So that request is done. While we're here, though, we might as well... Actually, let's just get one of these out of the way first.
Hey.
Hey!
Yeah, well, she kind of needed that.
Huh?
Yeah, I think everyone should be involved here. We're all friends now.
Okay.
What's going on?
Huh?
I've already done that. Seriously, Mitsuru's kind of acting like our mother at this point. The other two I think are a bit more relevant to the next labyrinth, so I'll save them for then. So, as for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and take on that secret message request. So, as I was mentioning before, the secret message request is on this floor.
What's up? You serious?
Thing is, she's already done that, so...
Are you serious? That's great! Alright.
So, once again, we have to go back to that series of rooms. You know the one that I'm talking about.
Three enemies. They're powerful.
They remind me of Kanji's dolls.
I think you're the second person to mention that.
Oh, man!
So, 33242X. This is yet another puzzle that's kind of cryptic, but, and the other annoying thing is, the majority of guides just tell you the order to walk around the rooms. They don't actually explain how to solve the puzzle or what the hint actually means. So, this is a case where you probably won't figure this out for a little while, so I might as well say it. The numbers refer to the number of doors in each room. So, 3, that means we need to go through 2 rooms that have 3 doors in them. And that is the room directly below us, and the room to the west of that. Then 2, the room to the north of that room just happens to have 2 doors in it. 4, this room we're standing in right now has 4 doors. 2, the room above us has 2 doors. And then X, we'll find out what X means at the end. So, for this one, we actually have to go, I hope I got this right, down this way, up to the room with 2 doors, we're probably going to get into an encounter sooner or later, into the room with 4 doors, then into the one with 2 doors, well, something moved and it was an enemy. So now, if you saw
Does
my...
this power spot help me be more popular with the ladies?
Sadly, no, Teddy. But I might as well grab some stuff from the power spot while I'm here. Could always use more money.
Look out!
I don't care. Okay, so if you saw the map that I prepared earlier for this floor, you'll know there's actually a secret passage here, but it's only accessible if you've done this request and you've gone through the rooms in the right order. So, this is where Elizabeth's secret message led us. Go away, text window. There we go, that does count as a shortcut.
Something smells around here, but it's not me, okay?
You all know this floor perfectly well by now.
So yeah, this request is actually required to complete the floor, as I've said many times. Yep. That was what you wanted to confess to us.
What is it?
Like, honestly, I've actually had this happen to me in real life before, so... let's keep him in suspense.
Oh, come on, say something.
This actually, like, while I'm here, I'll probably go for the floor completion chest, but on my way back, I'll just say, this reminds me of an episode of Daily Lives of High School Boys, which is an anime that I really want to find that. Like, I haven't seen that on DVD at all, but in that, one of the skits involved, like, this guy on who's always on the same train with this girl, and he's like, all this time, I've always wanted to confess to her, but I've never found the courage to. And then, like, it goes through this whole thing, like, it plays it up like a love confession, trope, and then it's just like, I had to confess to her.
It's a treasure box. I'm sure we'll find something inside.
That she has hair growing out of a mole. And it just turns out to be really anticlimactic in the end. Summon Bamboo. Okay then. Weirdly enough, this actually reminds me of one of the chips in Mega Man Battle Network called Old Wood, I think it is, that actually summons this kind of bamboo shooting tree. It's a very strange battleship. But anyway, now that we've done that, in fact, let's actually head to the workshop and turn in the item that we got from the doctor.
Oh,
I actually turned in the syringe off camera, by the way, so,
this...
yeah, you won't see him react to that. I think I need to come back and show the Summon Bamboo to him. Spirit Ring. I'm pretty sure I know what that does. But yeah, I think I actually need to leave and come back. Because yet again, the Summon Bamboo is an item that unlocks something for purchase, rather than gives us something straight away. Yep, there's the Summon Bamboo. So with this we can make... Attract Pipe. This greatly raises the encounter rate in labyrinths. Really, it's only useful if you're grinding. So I guess I can show that. Yeah, there it is, Attract Pipe. It's a better version of the Summon Charm. Again, unless you're grinding, don't use that. For accessories, yeah, Oh, okay, I thought it was the other way around. I thought this was the Mind Charge and the other one was the Power Charge, but... Anyway, yeah, we can now make an accessory. It costs a lot of yen, but it allows anybody to use Power Charge, which can be useful, but I'd rather actually get a Power Charge skill card for them, which we won't actually have access to for a while. Or will we? Okay, so I'm actually going to report these two requests before I report the old doll one, and that's because the reward for Please Escort Us is going to be very, very useful for fighting the old doll.
Thank you very much.
Yes, they were.
This will be your reward.
Also, please don't tell Yosuke I want to keep trolling him. With that, we get a little bit of experience in the Snowy Wing accessory. We'll get a lot more, though, out of reporting Please Escort Us.
I truly thank you for completing our request. We've spent some exciting times together through the various chance occurrences.
Oh, yes, we have. Remember the time with the fountain? And the playground?
This is something that we sisters have selected for you. You may have it.
The Pathos Recorder.
There is also a token of my gratitude. Please accept this as well.
But for satisfying Elizabeth, we get... a Power Charge skill card. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this request now, before I fought some really dangerous FOEs. And seeing as these FOEs are all weak for electricity, this plus Bolt Link is going to be very, very fun.
And I've been given a token of gratitude to pass on from my sister as well.
And for satisfying Margaret, we get...
Please, take this with you.
An Aeon Rain skill card. Now, originally, I mistook this for Myriad Arrows and was really glad, but no, this is not Myriad Arrows. It's just a heavy pierce attack against all enemies. It's not that amazing, but it's something at least.
Perhaps someday in the future, we sisters would consider ourselves fortunate to spend time with you again.
Funnily enough, the next request that has the two sisters spending time with us is going to be one that we're not going to like being on the receiving end of. And that's not going to be for a very long time. I'll just say it'll likely be the last thing I record for this entire project.
Yes, I leveled up!
Finally, Medea was being pretty pathetic.
My level's increased. I look forward to the next battle.
And Naoto's even more powerful, though I definitely want Mahama on. So, there's only one more request that we have left to do. Before that, though... So the Power Charge skill card, like I was saying before, we won't have access to the persona that gives this for quite a while. It's another Elizabeth request persona, so we have to reach floor 4 of the Inaba Pride exhibit before we can get it. But, if you are concerned about breaking the game right now, you want to give this to Aigis. This plus Orgia mode makes Aigis stupidly overpowered. For now, though, I'm actually going to give it to Kanji because I want to try this out against the FOEs in this floor, so let's do this. Eventually, though, I want this on all of my main physical attackers. As for Aeon Rain, yeah, medium stab attack all enemies. It's not the best thing in the world. Sometimes I like giving that to Aigis, but Aigis already has access to a lot of really powerful skills. You know what? I kind of feel like giving it to Chie. She doesn't have any multi-targeting attacks on her initial persona. So with that, I think I'll actually go over my equipment and persona setup in the next part, where we will actually be fighting these FOEs. Before that, though, let's quickly stop by the Velvet Room, because there's actually something new here. It's been a while since we had another Marie poem.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Lonely Fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, come on by and see. Take notice of the girl in the cage. Her small feet are covered in wounds. She struggles in the world of hypocrisy, yet her smile is so innocent. Freedom! The name of her wounded wings. Ladies and gentlemen, she will fly away, far away, to endless heights. Come one, come all, come on by and see. Watch the entrance of the lonely fighter. Watch the entrance of the brave fighter.
And that's otherwise known as the poem that Marie sent to Sakurai to get Joker into Smash.
Time, and why do you keep picking it up and reading it? You meanie! That's the name of your wounded soul! Ugh! Stupid, I hate you, lousy fighter! I won't forgive you even if you apologize.
So, did you just call him Little Mac? I mean, Ultimate Little Mac.
What's going on here? No, for sure I put it away.
In any case, what would you like to do?
I mainly just wanted to show that, although we can fuse Dis, who we can actually get out of, I was about to say shuffle time, it kind of is shuffle time, on floor 4 of the Evil Spirit Club. I just didn't manage to get it. Oh, we can get Basilisk too. Guillotine is nice, but I already have that on White Rider. Poison Circle's not bad though. Can I pass down... Oh, I still can't pass down Heroic Gemini and Golden Link. It's kind of a shame. There aren't many personas that can do what Turdak can. No, I don't want to get rid of Lena and Seed. If I had another Lover's persona around that level, maybe I could get that out of the compendium and actually fuse, because the stuff that I currently have on All Mitsuru would probably work better on Basilisk. Let me try that, actually. question is, will Queen Mab be enough? Okay, it will require an additional persona, it will require Genbu, but I wasn't really using Genbu for much, although Zeke will get angry at me again for doing this. So I obviously want Impure Reach. And I also want Tentarafu. And then either Maraku Kaja or, I mean, Null Panic is kind of... Although I find that there aren't many enemies that use Panic against us. Though I think there is one coming up in the next dungeon. Body Shield and Maraku Kaja are both nice, but I think Aigis does the whole Body Shield thing better. So yeah, let's actually go ahead and fuse Basilisk. Okay, White Rider will cost 50,000 to get out of the Compendium. And how much will it cost to extract? Yeah, can't get you back if I extract Guillotine. I do want to extract Guillotine because I've actually tested fighting the upcoming FOEs, and Guillotine is incredibly good. It's actually a very, very powerful skill, even if the target does not have an ailment. So I would kind of like that on some of my physical attackers. For now, though, we'll leave that to next time, so see you then. Now, I wanted to show that poem because if we go into our key items, what does the Pathos Recorder do? Yes, it lets you hear Marie's poems again anytime you want.
Can't you see the tears of sorrow? I'll teach.
So, in case you wanted to relive that, that's an option. And any new poems that get unlocked, it doesn't have the tea time one, it seems, for now. But yeah, any new poems that we hear will get unlocked in the Pathos Recorder. So, see you next time when we get our revenge on the old doll and the jump scares.